everybody. So today is I think April the 23rd, and because I have some orders right now for honey, I'm checking my hives to see if we have any honey ready. And if we do, we'll do a harvest. So when you're going into these boxes, you're always going to want to put smoke in right at the entrance before you do anything. It sends the bees inside of the hive, and then they start gorging themselves on honey, which we're having the same issue down here on this frame. So we have this one that has one super, and this one. This is the one, actually, if you watch my video about replacing the old box and frames, which I did with no gloves and no smoke because the smoker was doing what it's doing now. And since then, this particular hive has been like extremely productive. I think I actually got 2 full supers off of it last year, which is about 20 quarts. And then we also did not harvest late, so I probably could have gotten more from it. But this hive was really booming at the beginning. So hopefully, if we didn't have any mishaps with foundation, this hive will have plenty of honey in it. So we're going to check this one first, and then we're going to keep our fingers crossed on that one right there. Camera and all. I have these hives turned in alternate directions. Okay, wow, yeah, so this one I'm pretty sure is going to have some honey in it. Hope you guys can see that. I've got bees all over the top here. So as I'm looking down in this, I can look at it and I can see like the tops of this one, the top caps are all capped. All of these in the middle are capped. Looks like about to the outside 2 or so. So it's looking like I've got about 6 frames in here. So what I'll do, especially since this is a very early harvest, is I'm not going to like try to take all of it. You don't want to take your honey before it's ripe. And the bees will tell you when it's ripe because they will put the cap over the top. So what you do is you like loosen it up, which you saw I push it that way and then the other way, and then on both sides, both ends, and then you have this thing that has this little J-hook, and you slip this J-hook underneath the frame and just very gently pry it upwards, make sure that it's loose. And I don't have my frame gripper. Don't know why I don't have it, but try to do it with my hands. Okay, and then you just pull the frames up very gently because they're going to be very tight in there, and you want to try to squish as few bees as possible. Okay, so you see how that's completely sealed. All of that is sealed. Completely sealed. Everything except for like right here, but usually if it's about 90% or so, sometimes 80 depending on the time of year, I usually will go ahead and harvest it. Okay, and bees do not like to be brushed, so the best way to do it, and I know it seems quite rough, is to take it like this with your hands, put the base of your thumb down there, and put it over the hive and just give it like a really quick, sharp shake. See how most of the bees come off? Okay. Now I don't know if the camera picks it up, but they are making a different sound which says, hey, we didn't like that. But it is still, oops, and I just squished one. That's not going to be good. That is still a preferable way to get the bees off of the frame as opposed to brushing. Because we used to brush them and we got stung a lot. So just make sure when you do that you don't put your hand on a bee. Okay, wow, so as I was saying about production, look at the amount of bees that is on this. It's like an insane amount of bees. And see the comb, like all here, and this all has honey in it. Okay, just set that down right there. And this is just like, I mean, just honey all the way to the top. So this is actually a completely full super here. So what I'm going to do on this one is going to be a little bit different. I have a second super that's empty. So I'm going to go and get that super. I'm going to pry this one off. I'm going to put the, suppose this is the empty one, on. And then I'm going to attempt to use the smoke to make the bees run down mostly out of this, and then I'll have to go, then after that then I can go like frame by frame and make sure that it's all honey, because I actually do not have a queen excluder on this one, so there may be a brood in here, at which point I'll have to move those frames down. Okay, so now I'm going to pray that my smoker works. I'm going to start at the top up here, at the top, and smoke my way down. The idea is to get them to move down and into the hive. So if it works, you guys should start seeing them down here moving downwards. Now I'm just going to go through and double check each frame. And if there's baby bees on it, or if it's too much unsealed honey on it, like on the bottoms usually, then I'll go ahead and take those frames back to the hive. So this is like a really good example. Let me make sure you guys can see it. Okay, so you see that different color wax right there? That's brood. Now they are, as you can tell from the shiny part, it's like right there, they are backfilling it with honey, but some of this does have eggs in it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit it right here for the moment. Okay, and the one that was next to it, same thing. See the different colors? That's brood. And that's usually the reason why people use queen excluders. And I often use queen excluders, but I don't have very many right now. Hey guys, so I finished with that. So what I ended up doing, I ended up with 4 frames that had like that big patch of brood in the middle that I didn't want to destroy by slinging it through the centrifuge spinner. So left those in there, and also had the very outside frame. It was just level with the frame, and on the inside about 60% or so was capped. On the outside, it was not capped at all. So I'm not gonna like harvest that, obviously, because the water content would be too high. Look at that beautiful gold honey.